Hey guys, what's up? It's your boy Steven, and today we're going to be talking about Mindframe, okay guys? Probably one of the most important things that you need to do anything in your life, whether it's to start a business, get a better relationship, or just become a better individual in itself, okay guys? So I want you to pay attention to this. Grab a pen and paper, and make sure you pay attention, guys, and let's go ahead and get the party started. Hey everyone, so as previously mentioned, today we're going to be talking about Mindframe. And before we get started, I just want you to understand that this is probably the most vital part of any business, as I mentioned before. So with that being stated, let's go ahead and get into it. Please make sure you have a pen and paper to take notes, guys. They say you learn about 10% of what I'm going to be teaching you when you're just listening, versus 80% when you're actually taking notes. Okay, guys? So make sure you got your pen and paper and you're taking notes. So the first thing, what I'm going to do is explain to you the different types of personalities, okay? The first one is are you a cell phone or are you a charger? Now, I know that sounds funny, but what you need to realize is that a lot of people tell you, oh, you just need the motivation to do what it is that you need to accomplish and just keep pushing through it. But that's not always the truth, guys, okay? This is what my personal opinion is. But hear me out and let me know what you think. Motivation to me is absolutely temporary. And the reason why I say that is it's built around what's happening around you. It's built around your circumstances. Okay, now if you go ahead and you live off motivation, you're most likely not going to succeed, as motivation is temporary. Okay, having your why is extremely important, because if you don't know why you're doing this, guys, the motivation to get rich, that's going to eventually, subside. That's not always going to hold you and motivate you and push you towards achieving your goals. So I want you to look at it this way. A cell phone or a charger. Now a cell phone, what does a cell phone need? It always needs to get charged, okay? When your battery's running low, you need to hook it up to your charger to give it that boost to be able to keep working. Well, a lot of people, they are almost like that phone, okay, where they need someone or an event or a book or something to motivate them. And what eventually happens, guys, is that if you're not the type of individual that can motivate yourself, you're eventually going to get tired. Okay, a charger is somebody who has the capability to not only motivate themselves, but to inspire and motivate people around them. Have you ever been around that one person where they're always so, excited and bubbly, and after you talk to them, you just get this jolt of energy? You're like, oh my God, now I can go and take on the world. Well, that individual in itself obviously is getting their energy and their inspiration and motivation from somewheres, and they're what I call the charger, okay? Where other individuals, sometimes they suck your energy, and it's like, oh my God, why are you so negative? Get out of it. Get out of that funk. Now, what a lot of people don't realize in business is that business, it's like being on an emotional roller coaster, okay, guys? You can sometimes be up where you see my little smiley faces, then you start to not feel great, and then you really get in a funk, okay? And especially depending on your surroundings, if you're not a charger, you're going to let your lifestyle and what's motivating you around and your surroundings to affect your actual capability to do what you want to do. Okay? Normally, an individual is so motivated after an event or reading a book, and we're so geared up and so charged to go full power, go out there and fight and do everything that we need to do. But then what happens is after a little bit of time, we start to feel drained. We start to feel tired. And after a couple of weeks go on, after you're talking to, all these negative people and your circumstances start to change, I'm going to tell you one thing, guys. Whenever you're doing something amazing, okay, life is up and down and up and down. Okay, when you're at your highest peak, it doesn't stay there forever. There is a point in time where life is going to start to kick at you and you're going to feel drained and feel tired. And then you need to keep motivating yourself. And then all of a sudden, you're not at the worst anymore. You're getting better and you're getting better. That's how it is in life in itself, okay? How many times have you been doing great at work and then all of a sudden your boss comes and says you did not such a great job? What does that do? That totally lowers you down. Then you start thinking negatively, and then you get lower and lower and lower. And if you haven't checked out the other videos that I did about that little rat in your head, that rat race, you want to check that out as well. But getting back on point here, so what we do is a lot of people that get so motivated and so excited, and months, later, after those events and that inspirational talk happens, you get in another funk. And then eventually you get to the point where, unless you're waiting for that next event and you're able to attend that event, you're in this negative mind frame, where I can tell you guys right now, with a negative mind frame, you're not going to achieve what it is that you want to do. Now, I get what you're saying. Well, how is that done? Let me go ahead and tell you how I believe you need to go ahead and what steps you need to take to be able to, motivate yourself on an ongoing basis. The first thing you need to do is create your own vision. Okay? Now, look around yourself. If you're 100% happy with your lifestyle, how everything's are going, I'm very happy for you. But if you are in a position where you're looking to change something, you're wanting to either change a relationship, change your financial situation, change something in your life, well, you're going to have to change. Okay? But for you to have the motivation and inspiration to do that, you have to come up with this vision. What do you want? What type of income do you want to be making? How do you want that relationship to be? And start to put that in your mind. Start to embed those thoughts and burn it in your mind that, you know what? This is what I want. This is where I want to be. This is what I want to achieve in my life. Now, you need to do that for yourself. Okay? A lot of people out there, they'll watch something motivational or read a book, and then they allow whatever it is that teacher or that speaker is doing, they're the ones who cast the vision for you. Now, I'm going to tell you the reason why that's not great. Okay, now you're going to be there. For instance, if you go to a very motivational event, you're going to go there, you're going to be watching this guy, and he's going to tell you, you can do it no matter what, just do this, just do that. And that's amazing, because it's going to get you, in the mood to get out there and start doing something. But you need to take it a step further. Okay, guys, where you have created an image as to how you want your life to be. What you want, guys, versus what I want, versus what, the next person wants. Our thoughts of what is happiness are totally different. You may not want to make, $1 million and live in a mansion and have private jets. And for some of you who want that, you're thinking everybody wants that. No, guys, not everybody wants that. Some people just, want a little beautiful cottage house by the beach just to hang out with family and relax and, work their 9 to 5 as a lawyer or as a doctor or as a police officer. Some people are very, very happy with what they're doing for a living. And you know what? We aren't in a position to tell them this is what's going to make you happy, because you know what? You don't know what's going to make that person happy. So you want to go out there and you want to cast your own vision, guys, because if you have it in your heart, your vision and your why should be making you to the point where you almost want to cry. Okay? When you're sitting there and you're thinking about, oh my God, this is how it could be, it should make you almost want to cry. Saying, I want to do this to get rich, great, but how long is that going to motivate you? Because when you become rich, then what? You get what I'm saying, guys? After you become rich, then what? For me, it's I want to provide a great opportunity for my kids. I want to help build schools around the world. I want to help change people's lives like yourself. That's what my passion and motivation is. So that way one day, God forbid, when I pass away, I can leave a legacy as to what did Stephen do? How did I help impact this world? And to me, that is the most important thing in my entire life. Being able to help my family financially, mentally, all those amazing things. But just because that's what I want doesn't mean that that's what you want. And there's nothing wrong with that, guys. But you need to capture and realize what is it that you want to be. Okay, so be independent. Don't worry about what others are telling you and how life has to be and this and that. Do whatever is going to make you happy at the end of the day. Okay, look at it this way. When a pro athlete, okay, I'm not talking about your little buddy who can play basketball down the street. God bless him. He's great at basketball or soccer, but he's not a professional athlete. Okay? Let me go ahead and break this down. No matter what a professional athlete is going through in their personal lives, when it's game time, all they do is they show up and they're ready to work. Okay? When life's bad for them, it doesn't matter, because what it's doing is when they walk into that gym or on the court, it's game time. And they put all those things on the side and get to work. That's why some people like Michael Jordan and all your professionals out there, we don't always know what's going on in the background. He might have just came back from having a horrible fight with his wife, or his son or daughter's sick, but you know what? When it's game time, what's he doing? He's putting up the big numbers, he's putting up the buckets, and that's why they get paid the big bucks. Okay, guys? Well, a lot of us need to learn how to do that. We might have had a big fight with our wife. We might have been, told some silliness by our family or our mom or our dad that, what you're doing is a big waste of time. Stop wasting your time. No. What you got to do is you got to go, and when it's time for game time and it's time to work, you got to show up. Okay, you get on that court and you make it happen. And then when you're off the court, then you'll deal with those things. But when it's game time, guys, it's game time. And you need to have a tunnel vision. And you need to realize that, okay? It has nothing to do with motivation, feelings, people, or the events that are around you. Those things can help, sure, when, life's going great. But what about when life is kicking you down? Okay, motivation you need comes from within. Okay, and the motivation comes from inspiration, and the inspiration comes from the vision that you've casted for yourself. So you see how all these pieces are falling into place? First, what you need is to create the inspiration and the vision. Then, based on that, you're going to get motivated and you're going to get inspired. And the motivation is going to come from that inspiration, because you're going to know what it is that you want to be and who you want to become. Okay? So, the vision comes from what you choose to cast, because it's your perspective. Okay? It's your perception of where you currently are and what you're currently doing. Your story that you're going to project onto the world is what they're going to look at you. So when you go out there and you're talking with people, put away all that negativity. Be happy. Be inspirational. Be motivated, because remember, by you doing that, guys, that's going to eventually lead to the vision that you've casted. Okay, so that's a very important tool. You need to first get those steps into place. Now, how are you going to create the dream? Okay, now your vision may not be what's currently happening around you, but that's how it all starts. We all had to start from somewheres. Okay, every successful person had to first create a vision or a goal and dream and push towards that goal. Now, how badly do you want that goal? Well, that's up to you. Okay? I'm going to tell you a little story. There was a man, okay, guys? And he was extremely successful, had all the money in the world, had everything that you could ever want, or at least to the average individual. One moment. Sorry guys, throat's starting to itch, had to take some water. So, this gentleman itself, he was living a pretty good lifestyle, and there was this kid, and he looked at him and he said, you know what, sir? You have everything that I want. Sir, I want to become you. I want to be like you. I want to have your finances. I want to live your lifestyle. And the gentleman looked at this young kid and said, sorry, son, but you don't want that. And the kid looked at him and said, yes, sir, trust me, I'm willing to do absolutely anything. Just tell me how to get to where you are. Tell me what steps to take, and I promise you I won't let you down. And the gentleman looked at him. He said, all right, son, if you really want to become who I am, and you want to get all the financial success that I currently have, I want you to meet me at the beach tomorrow. And the kid looks at him and he says, not a problem, sir. Anytime. I promise I'll be there. Not a problem. And the gentleman says, all right, so show up there at 7 a.m. in the morning and make sure that you're dressed. And the guy says, okay, not a problem, sir. So the next day comes, and the kid shows up at 7 a.m. sharp, there right on time, and in comes walking the gentleman. And the gentleman's just in a pair of shorts and all laid back, and the kid wanted to impress, so he's all dressed in a nice suit with a tie, and he's like, yes, I'm so ready for this. I'm gonna learn from the best and I'm gonna become successful. So the man looks at him and he says, well, young lad, this is your last chance. You say that you want to be financially successful. You say you want your own business and you want to achieve all this wealth. Are you sure that this is what you want? This is your last chance to back out. And the kid looks at him and says, yes, sir, I promise I'm ready for this. I'm willing to do anything. So the man looks at him and says, not a problem. You see that ocean right there? I want you to go and I want you to walk out into the water. And the kid's looking at him and saying, what? Are you kidding me? The water's cold. Are you crazy? What's going on? And the man says, look, do you want to know how I got to where I am today or not? And the kid looks at him and says, yes, sir, I'm sorry. So the kid takes off his jacket, takes off his tie, and he walks out to the ocean in itself. And they're about shoulder deep right now. The man, of course, goes out there with him. And the man looks at him and he says, okay, so this is where I'm going to teach you. And the kid's there and he's like, what is this guy talking about? We're in the middle of the ocean up to our shoulders here. And the guy says, I want you to take a super, super big breath. And the kid says, okay. He says, are you ready? The kid says, yes. He says, okay, take your big breath. And I want you to go underwater, fully submerged. The kid says, okay, that sounds kind of weird, but, he wants to learn, so he takes a big breath, and he goes totally submerged underwater. So now the gentleman's standing there, guys, and this young child, is submerged under the water. And, the kid's in the water, and he's there, he's thinking, man, this is weird. How the heck is this going to teach me how to become successful? So a couple seconds pass, and a couple more seconds pass, and all of a sudden the kid feels the gentleman's hand on his shoulders. And he's like, okay, well that's weird, but whatever, he's probably just making sure that I'm okay. And then all of a sudden the kid starts losing his breath, because he's been down there for a little while. So he's starting to get a little nervous. Now when he starts to try to come up, and the man pushes him back down and keeps him underneath the water. So now the kid's really starting to panic because he's losing breath. And the more he pushes up and tries to struggle to come out to grab that breath of fresh air, the more the man pushes him down. So now the kid is just frantic. He's flaring his hands and trying to flare his legs, and he's going crazy thinking, oh my god, what I get myself into? This guy's gonna kill me. Oh my god, why is this happening? He's gonna kill me. And the man's just holding him down and holding him down. And this kid is at the point where he's almost about to black out. And at the last second, right before he blacks out, the man lifts him up and pulls him up to the surface. And the kid comes out and he gasps for a big breath of air. Oh my god, what'd you do? You almost killed me. How are you doing this? You're crazy. And you know what the man does? The man turns around and he looks at him and he says, my son, just as badly as you are fighting for that breath of air is how bad you're gonna have to want to be successful. You having this vision of you wanting to make money isn't going to be enough. People are going to kick you down. People are going to tell you you can't do it. And people are going to do everything they can to keep you down because they don't want you to be successful. A lot of people who you think are your friends and you think are your mentors don't want you to be successful. They don't want you to get better because they're afraid that you're going to get better and leave them behind. And if you're not going to leave them behind, they don't want you to be on the same level as them. So whenever you are wanting to be successful, guys, you need to want it that bad. You need to want it so badly that, you know what, when you think you're not able to take it no more, you're gonna quit because of this person or this situation, or my numbers aren't great, I'm losing customers. How badly do you want it? Do you want it to the point where you're going to almost die? Because I'm going to tell you this, guys, that moment when you push through it, the second that you quit, chances are another couple of trainings, another couple of days, or another couple of customers, you would have achieved your goal. We hear it all the time. The average individual quits before they're successful because it's too hard. Okay? This is not something that everybody can do. But the great thing about it is, that's why it's so sweet. That's why it's so amazing. Because not everybody can do it. So you need to keep that in mind, guys, that this is probably going to be one of the hardest roads you're going to have to walk down if you really want to make that change and you really want to become that person. But you know what? You can do it. I know you can do it if you do what it is that is required to achieve it. Now, 95% of you aren't going to work and aren't going to try, and you're going to quit before you're even out the gate. The second someone gives you a no, you're going to say, no, this is too hard, I'm done. The second mom and dad put you down and say, you're wasting your time, stop wasting your money, you're going to say, that's it, I'm out, I can't do this no more, what am I doing, I'm crazy, this is some stupid thing. You can't do that, guys. If you have a dream and you want to achieve it, keep pushing, keep struggling, keep pushing and pushing and pushing, of course, taking the right steps to achieve that goal. You need that mind frame. Okay, guys, remember that. Okay? So with that being said, let's keep going. Now, a lot of people are saying, okay, well, you know what, Steven? I get it. I have to go ahead, I have to create my own vision, I have to then have that inspiration because that vision is just so sweet and that's going to give me the motivation. But how am I going to do that? Well, you know what you need to do? You need to write a new script, guys. Yes, what is it I'm talking about? Well, you know what? People don't usually understand the power they have. Okay? The same way that you've created all these problems is the same way that you can create all these solutions. Okay, guys? The circumstances you're currently living in is because of the circumstances you've put yourself into. And a lot of you are going to say, no. This is because of Jim. This is because of my ex-wife. This is because of this. This is because of that. I'm sure that may have led to a part of the reason, but that's not the entire truth, guys. If your standards were to only accept the best and be around people who were financially free and who treated you with love and respect, you wouldn't be in the same position you are now today. Okay? How many times do the women out there, the women who are listening to this, ooh, I love the bad boys, they're so great. But then 6 months later, you're crying when the bad boy went out there and cheated on you. You're setting yourself up, guys. You put yourself in your own boat, so now you gotta live in it. My mother used to say, you know what? You made your bed, so now lie in it. But guess what? The great thing about it is you can change your surroundings and you can change your life by changing the script that's going on in your brain. How many times right now do you go ahead and you end up running into a problem? And you're telling yourself, you know what? How's this going to happen? What is going on? And you know what? You start to think negatively. Okay? That's not going to help you guys. Okay? So how? How do you write a new story for your life? Okay? Okay, fine. I got to write this new script. How do I do it? Well, the current story, all right, guys, this is what you need to first understand. The current story you're living off is based on all the negative opinions, the negative experiences, and the negative events and negative people that have made an impression on you. Okay? Now that impression has created a negative memory in you, and those memories keep reinforcing themselves and keep reminding you that you're a dummy, you're a loser, and that you don't have the skills to achieve your vision. And that becomes the script of your life. Okay, guys? How many times are you there and you're scared and you're nervous and you're thinking, I don't have the skills to do this. I'm not good enough to do this. I'm too ugly and too fat to be on TV or on video. My God, how could I ever go talk to that sexy woman over there? Look at me. Look at me. Who? She's going to take one look at me, guys, and she's going to realize I'm not rich enough, and I'm not good enough, I'm not tall enough, I'm not this, I'm not that. Guys, you don't even know that girl. How the heck do you know what she's going to think about you unless you take the opportunity and you go over there and you talk to her? Well, that's the thing. That's the stupid rat race story that you're telling yourself in your brain because of all these negative situations, negative people, and negative events that keep playing itself in your head. You need to get rid of that, people. That is probably going to be the hardest thing that you're going to ever do. And if you can do this, guys, no matter what you do in your life, you're going to be such a happier person and such a loving person. So a lot of people say, okay, so what? You're telling me that I just start now thinking positively and it's going to be that simple? Yeah, it is. It really is that simple. Okay? But a lot of you don't know how to do it. And a lot of you don't know where to start. So guess what? Here's where you start. Okay? It's all up to you. Okay? As long as you have the power to choose, okay, because we all have the right to choose what we're going to do in our lives. You have the power to create, and you have the choice to have new thoughts and to have a new you. Okay? Now you can choose to create a vision of a new you and let yourself dream big enough visions and big enough dreams that will inspire you to do what's required no matter what your circumstances are. Okay? So let me break that down once again. You have that choice to create that vision that we first spoke about. Okay? And based on how passionate that vision is, that's going to give you the inspiration to become that person. And then based on that inspiration, you're going to then have the motivation to go out there and get it done. But it all starts by every time that stupid rat comes into your brain and that stupid script comes to hold you down and say, don't do it, you gotta tell yourself to shut up. Do you know how many times, guys, before starting to do videos, I used to think to myself, oh my God, well, what if they don't like my voice? What if they don't like this? What if they don't feel that what I'm giving them is enough value? I had to literally turn around and say, shut up! Shut up! You are good enough. You can do it. Okay? You need to start believing in yourself, because I'm going to tell you what, guys, this world doesn't give a about you. Okay? Nobody cares what you want. Your mommy and daddy love you, and they might have told you you're special and this and that, but the truth is that even some of your family, guys, don't really care. Okay? I'm sorry to break your bubble, but there's a lot of people in your family that couldn't care. Okay, do they call you every day? Do they call you when you're sick? Probably not. And those who do, they're the golden gems, guy. Keep them around. Okay? I'd rather only have one best friend than a bunch of fakers. So make sure, guys, when you actually do find that special person out there who loves and cares and really wants your dreams come true, hold on to them, okay, guys? Just bear that in mind. But back to the point is, you need to start believing yourself and telling yourself, I am sexy, I am beautiful. And then whatever you want to do, go out there and do it. It's like when you join a gym, guys. You can't go out there and just buy the membership. That ain't going to help you lose weight. Okay? You're still going to be fat if you don't work out. Well, it's the same thing in life. You ain't going to become a better version of yourself unless you start learning new things by reading, watching videos, listening to presentations, listening to motivational speakers. Okay? Because you need to reprogram your brain every single day on your way to work. You know, get a little iPad or something, or an iPod, and listen to CDs. Listen to everything on your way there and on your way back. Why are you listening to all this music and all these things and all these people that are rich? It ain't helping you. Okay? Don't watch 20 hours or 10 or 15 hours of television. It's the boob tube, guys. Okay? The news nowadays and television ain't doing anything for you. Now, don't get me wrong. I love me some television. Okay? But what I realized is that I have to take the majority of my time and I have to reprogram my mind to become who I want to be. Sitting there, watching Scorpion or, anything whatsoever that you like isn't going to help make you a better person. It isn't going to help you achieve your goals. Okay? So just keep that in mind, guys, okay? What you need to know is as I mentioned before, you need to know your why. Okay? If you're broken, you're hungry, guys, you need to change something. Because if you don't, the reality of your situation, that's going to keep you down. You need to be able to step outside the box of your reality and look at how can I change this situation. And yes, you can do that. Look around where you are right now, guys. Is this where you want to be? Is that the spouse or girlfriend you want? Do you want your kids to do better at something? Well then, step out, put the emotional aspect on the side, because remember, we're athletes here, right? So forget the emotion, forget what I'm looking at right now, take that, put that on the side, and how are we going to solve this problem? Think logically. And then create the vision that you're able to do it based on that vision. If you really, really want it, then you're going to do whatever it takes to make that become a reality. Okay? So yes, you may need to stop doing certain things, as I said, but at the end of the day, guys, if you really want it, it's going to be worth it. And remember, the bigger the sacrifice, the bigger that the actual value and the bigger the success and the bigger that the actual results are going to be. Okay? Bigger the actual thing you're giving up equals the bigger actual promise and value and reward that you're going to get. Okay? What you need to do is, I want you guys to do this. Take out a pen and paper. I know it might sound silly. I want you to take out a pen and paper. Okay? And what we're going to do is we're going to start creating our story right now. Okay, guys? I remember one of my mentors told me to do this, and I thought it was so silly, but I did it, and oh my God, it was amazing. So I'm going to tell you guys to do it right now. I want you to grab a paper and grab a pen. Now, let's pretend that me and you are best friends, okay? Just for a minute. I know you don't know me, but let's pretend we are. And every single month, okay? Just because I can. Every single month, I'm going to put $10,000 in your bank account. Okay? Just for no reason. No strings attached. No ends if or whats. You don't need to do something. No. I just like the way that your dress was that day or the shoes you were wearing. So every single month for the rest of your life, I'm going to put $10,000 in your bank account. Now, I know you're like, okay. Well, guess what? Now what are you going to do? Your money issue is gone. Right? So what's the first thing you're going to do? So right. January 1st, or whenever it is the day that today you're doing this, okay? I woke up and I looked at my bank statement. And oh my God, there was $10,000 in my account. So what did I do was, I got up and I went and I said good morning to my wife and my kids. And I gave them a kiss and I said, hey honey, you know what? The money's in the account. So what do we want to do today? So the first thing I did, being in my situation where I am today, so wherever your situation is today, guys, you took that money and what did you do with it? Did you go pay off your car loan? Did you go pay off your student loan? Did you maybe put some more money down on your mortgage? Did you go shopping? Did you go buy, some new clothes and a new pair of shoes? Did you take that money and did you run to Mexico to, have a 1 week's vacation? Whatever it was. And then keep writing it out, guys. Keep writing it out. So that's the first 10K. Great. What happens the next month? Well, now February 1st has just arrived and you know what? This month, I think I'm going to go buy myself a new car. Or this month, you know what? My ex-wife's mom is having some debt problems. I'm going to give her $2,000 and write out the amounts. Write it out where you can start to almost vision yourself being there and you're telling yourself a new story. I know it sounds stupid. I know it sounds ridiculous, guys. But you need to start creating that vision where you're actually feeling it in your heart. Feeling it in your soul where you're almost drooling about it. And then after you're done that, write it out what you would do for maybe a month or two. Okay? And when you sit back, guys, I know for me, I was like, oh my God. I felt so motivated. I was like, that's it. I'm ready to go. I'm going to definitely kill this because I started to believe in what I could do and who I could become. Okay, guys. Now, of course, if you don't put in the work, it's not gonna happen. Okay. There's a good scripture. Okay, that says faith with no works is dead. Okay, it's in the Bible, guys. It says faith with no works is dead. So God is basically, and for all those who aren't religious, I'm just trying to explain to you the purpose why. Basically, you need to put action into what you want. Okay? So, in the Bible, it says, listen, if you want something, you can achieve it, but you need to work for it. You sitting there just dreaming and hoping and all those things, it's putting it out in the world, right? But you still need to do something. You can't sleep every day and think that something's magically going to happen. It isn't. Okay? Secondly, you need structure. Make sure that you're around people, and yes, for some of you that includes your spouse, you might have to take a second look at that. That is tearing you down constantly. Okay? So, once again, I'm going to say that. Sorry, because I got it mixed up. You need structure. Make sure that you're not around people, including your spouse, that is tearing you down constantly. Okay? Make yourself a vision board. Put quotes up in your room or wherever it is, your shed or your little business office, to get you motivated and to keep you on that track. Start to read and listen to motivational speakers to start your mind to reprogram itself. Okay, guys? If you want to change, you can't keep doing what you've been doing, because the truth is that you've been doing has led you to where you are. Okay, guys? You need to have a push attitude. Okay? And what's a push attitude? Okay? It's to keep pushing until something happens. Okay? Persistence until something happens. So you need to push through the times, because we're not just going to sit back and hope for change. We're going to use our talents and the vision that we created for ourselves, and we're going to make it happen. See, God is not going to physically call you up on the telephone and say, you need to go ahead and do this. No. What He does is He gives you the coaches and the resources to get what it is that you need. Okay? So a lot of people say, well, I don't know anybody who has their own business. That's fine. Look on YouTube. Find some upline people in your MLM business. Go read books of people that you want to write a book, just like them. Start to surround yourself around the things that you want to become. Okay? God gives you the markers, but it's up to you to create the masterpiece. Woo! Did you hear that, guys? God will give you the markers, but it's up to you to create the masterpiece. Okay? The truth is that most of us believe that we're a prisoner in our circumstances. And all that I want to tell you is that you're absolutely not. Okay? You're not a prisoner of your history, but you are the master of your destiny. Okay, guys? You're not a prisoner of your history, but you are the master of your destiny. So get to the point where you don't need motivation, you don't need someone or a conference. No. You're a charger, and your energy is from the source, and the motivation is not what is going to keep you coming. It's going to be the vision that gives you that inspiration, that pushes you to have the motivation to become who you're going to become, and that is how you're going to create that masterpiece. Alright, guys, you get how all this is falling in together? And remember, guys, it's not only about climbing the mountain, but the process of reaching there. Okay? Remember to smell the roses on the way. Remember to, be happy of little successes that you've achieved while you're making it to the top of that mountain. Okay? An entrepreneur will live a life that most people won't, so one day he can live the life that most people can't. I'm going to say that again, okay, guys? An entrepreneur will live a life that most people won't, so one day he can live the life that most people can't. Okay? A lot of people as well, you can choose to not let the little voice in your head go towards the negative. Okay, guys? We think that we're always in control, but sometimes you're not, and I get that, but you know what? We can't always control our surroundings, but we can choose how we react to them. Okay? You can be negative or positive in your thoughts. Okay? You can make the decision that you're gonna push yourself towards your vision, or you can create an even worse situation based on the lies that you're telling yourself. Too many times, guys, we have a problem and start to ponder on them and create this stupid story, which is, of course, a lie that's not even happened yet. Look at it this way, guys. How many times have you had a situation come up and you're sitting there telling your story, to yourself, and you're creating this vision of, oh my God, now that this one situation's happened, what if this happens, and this happens, and this happens, and this happens, oh my God. Stop it. You got one hurdle, guys, not 10. So stop creating another 9 imaginary problems that you've dreamed up in your head yourself based on your past script. Okay, that's why you got to start rewriting the script like I told you guys. Because you're sitting there and you're creating these 9 other vision lies that haven't even happened. So stop it. You deserve to take action now and to change your future and your family's future. But you need to take the steps to achieve those things. Okay, guys? So sometimes the scariest thing, guys, okay, that we can face is that we actually do have all the power. Okay? Because here's a reality check. If we actually believe, okay, that we do all have the power, then that means that our choices and our standards have allowed us to get to our current situation. Did you get that? If you actually believe, okay, which you should, okay, that you do have the power to become better or become worse based on your choices, that can be very, very, very scary. Because what that means is that based on your choices and your standards, you've allowed you and your family to become in the current situation you're at today. If you would have stood up and told ourselves, no, I'm worth more and can get more, and I'm not going to allow fear or others' judgments or others' wants to become my standard, you'd be in a different situation. Now, that's okay, guys. It's not okay, but the great thing is that as of today, you can start fresh. That's what I love about life. Is that you can wake up one morning and you can tell yourself, you know what? Today is day 1. And yes, magically it's not going to all just transform like a magic trick. But you can start today and say, this is where I want to be. Start to feel it in your bones. This is how I'm going to get to it. And just like an athlete, no matter what the heck happens in my life, no matter who tells me I can or I can't, it starts to push me down. And no matter what my boss tells me today, I'm going to put all my emotion on the side and I'm going to go out there and I'm going to write my goals down. I'm going to create my imaginary vision in my head and I'm going to put it out there so I can do what I need to do. And then take the steps to do that. Okay, no matter if it's a good day or a bad day, it's time to show up. It's time to work hard. It's time to take yourself to that next level. Now, are you ready for it? I asked you, are you ready to change? If so, tell yourself, I'm ready to change. Go on. No. Say it. Say, I'm ready to change. That's it. Now feel it. Want it. Fight for it. Taste it. And go out there and claw your way to becoming who you want to be. Because you know what, guys? Just like that kid that wanted to become successful and was held under the water, that's what you need to do. You need to want it so bad that you're going to flare your arms, kick your feet, and you're going to tell this world no more. I don't care who you are. I don't care what you are, world. I am worth it. And I'm going up there and I'm getting it. And if you can't do that, guys, well, guess what? You need to start doing it. You need to start telling yourself the right things. Okay? Go look in the mirror right now. That's right. After this presentation is done, I want you to walk out of this room. I want you to walk into the bathroom, stare in that mirror, and tell yourself, I'm amazing. I'm beautiful. I'm special. I can do anything I set my mind to. And don't just look at it and say, I'm special. I'm beautiful. I can do anything. No, look at yourself. Stare in your own eyes and tell yourself, I can do it. I'm amazing. I am beautiful. I am special. I can do it. And say it 3, 4, 5, 10, 20, 30 times. And you know what, guys? If you want to cry, cry. Bawl your friggin' eyes out while doing it. Because you know what? You need to do it inside. You need to feel it. You need to realize who you are and what you can become. And you need to get those stupid thoughts out of your mind. And you need to push yourself. And if you do it, maybe I'll see you at the top. And if you don't, I'm sorry, guys. But guess what? For those that did, good for you. And if you got any motivation from this video, guys, remember to follow me and go ahead and give me a big thumbs up. And I want you guys to subscribe. My picture's going to be right over there. And watch next video at the bottom. Once again, God bless. I wish you the best. We'll talk again soon. Take care.